Welcome to the Supreme Lending Dallas Show, where you'll be introduced to different speakers on different topics, and you'll meet different guests for each of our episodes. Let's get started.
Hi, my name is Liz Evans, host of the Supreme Lending Dallas Show, and we have such a fun show today. It's staging your home to sell it. And before we get into that, I want to introduce our beautiful, stunning guest, and this is Loan Officer Jennifer Ivey. Jennifer, go ahead and say hi.
Hi, thank you so much for the introduction. Yeah, that was very nice, welcoming. Great to be here.
Thank you. And so what we're going to do before we get started on our topic is we like to get to know our guests on a personal level. So we have a photo that has come up, and tell us about this photo, Jen.
Oh, okay. So you're taking me down memory lane. That picture is of me and my best friend in Italy. So her and I, we typically do one big trip a year. We call it Broads Abroad. And
that is so cute.
Right?
Yeah. So where'd you come up with that?
Well, we've been doing this trip for well over 5 years, and just, over time we're like, hey, two broads traveling abroad.
Hey.
So let's do it.
I think you should add beautiful in there because it's two beautiful broads, right?
It is.
Yeah. I think you should change that up a little bit.
Beautiful broads abroad. But yeah, that picture in particular was, we were in Italy. Her and I, we got a cute little convertible Fiat. And
fun.
We just went around the coast of Italy.
How nice.
So that was fun.
And when was that?
So Italy that was only a year ago. And then COVID hit, so.
And that comes to why we have this beautiful wine. And cheers,
here we
Jen.
are. Right? Well, cheers.
And it's imported from Italy.
Cheers to you guys.
Right? And the reason why we did this today is because this wine is imported from Italy because I was supposed to win in May of last year, and then it got canceled due to COVID. And so our trip, as soon as it's able to open up, we're going to Italy. So Jen, back to you. Tell us about this picture with this elephant. It's absolutely beautiful.
I agree. So that was another Broads Abroad trip. That was 2 years ago. My girlfriend and I went to Bali, Indonesia. The longest flight I've ever been on, and I was terrified because the flight's 18 hours. So for me, I'm like, is there a gas station up there? Like, 18-hour flight, like, where do we stop? I need snacks.
Does it have enough gas?
Right? Are we going to get there? So super long flight, but absolutely worth it. It's just stunning. Indonesia, you have the culture, the architecture there.
And you're talking about the architecture. So this next photo, this is part of the architecture in Bali, correct?
What do we have here? It is. Yeah, that was at one of a famous temple in Ubud. And that's a little village there in Bali as well. So again, with the culture, the religion, just all the details to all the small details to the architecture there. It's just amazing.
And how many countries have you been to?
So I haven't been everywhere yet, but it's definitely on my list. So we spin the globe and go, but definitely over 10 countries so far.
What was your favorite?
My favorite is definitely Iceland. Just everything there looks like a postcard. It is the island of fire and ice. So they have volcanoes and they have geysers and glaciers, and just everything was amazing. So Iceland is definitely, put it on your bucket list, a definite go-to.
Perfect. Yeah, this is great because then if anyone else is interested in going to any of these countries, they can definitely contact you, right?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm not a tour guide, but I'll give you some good recommendations for
You're
sure.
pretty good at it. Yeah. And so this next photo is of us, front row seats at the Mavericks game.
I mean, cheers to that. Yeah, we had a great time.
Yeah.
So our manager of Supreme Lending, he has season tickets to the Mavs game, floor tickets, and luckily he gave it to us. He was unable to go, but we went, and that's the beautiful thing about, I think, our team at Supreme is we have such a good camaraderie there, and it
We
makes it better
do.
when we love, who we work for and who we work with. So
Absolutely. That's why
Yeah.
we hashtag it Supreme Lending Dallas Family for Life.
Exactly.
Because we really are. We are a family.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah.
I've been there
Yeah.
for 7 years and couldn't imagine going anywhere else.
And we wouldn't let you go anywhere else.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and talk about some on home staging to sell your home. And Jen will let you know that she's not a home stager. I do teach Realtor CE courses on home staging to sell your home. So Jen, go ahead and talk about why is it so important to stage a home?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I'm definitely not a builder, a designer, or have any credentials to do that. But just from the lending side of it, it's so important to make a home welcoming. For buyers to walk into a home, you want to have that feeling. I think buying a home is an emotional purchase. So when you walk in, you want to be like, yes, this feels like home.
Mm-hmm.
So staging absolutely puts the feeling and imagination into that space.
So just like the photo that's up here, you can see this large living room, and people might be a little overwhelmed by it because it's so large. How would they put their furniture in here, correct? So go ahead and explain what was done to make this feel like more like a home where people can visualize their furniture in the living room.
Right. So I know for me, I mean, if I walk into a large space, I'm like, what in the world am I going to do with all this? So staging puts that into perspective, that you can find the hidden potential of that space. So for me, like the living room that you can see, there's more to do, like to put a desk here or a library here or make it your own. Staging kind of gives you the options of what you can do with that space.
Wonderful. Thank you, Jen. And then isn't a living room and then also kitchen and bathroom help sell the home? So like in this next photo of the kitchen, explain it doesn't take a lot to upgrade a kitchen to get it ready to sell.
Not at all. I would highly suggest that for the sellers. Dallas is definitely a competitive market
Especially
today.
Right now.
Right now,
Yes.
It is a seller's market. But I have seen firsthand that I have some sellers right now that their home has been listed for over 40 days, and that's unheard of in our market. Like as soon as you put it on, it's gone. So looking at it, you can definitely say that it needs some tweaks. It needs some little upgrades, not a complete reno, but just little minor upgrades and color that make it competitive. So kitchen to me is the center of the home. It's the anchor. It's where you're going to entertain. You're going to gather your friends and family. So definitely you want that particular space to feel warm and inviting. So upgrading the color, the backsplash. You don't want your home to look like 50 Shades of Brown, or, outdated.
Yeah.
For me, you want to walk in and definitely picture yourself there.
And where your family can be in there cooking
Right.
together,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So there are some, outdated homes, but I think in order to be competitive and to get the most money for your home, it's just to do a little, whether it's a fresh coat of paint, just backsplash.
Yeah.
Just give it a little something extra special, a little character to your home. Definitely makes a big difference.
It does.
So, and I gave that advice to my the sellers, and they did a couple, fresh coat of paint, little backsplash,
Yeah.
cleaned off the counters. Next thing you know, they're getting top dollar for their offer.
Yeah, because they did what you had asked them to do as far as their kitchen. And then this is a picture of the bathroom, and it was just a little bit upgraded, but it looks like that you put a lot of money into it when you really didn't have to.
Absolutely. That's it. It's just, just some minor cosmetic works. That's all it takes, really. Some cheap DIY, for sure. Especially with the bathroom. For me, when I come home after a long day, bathroom, you want to relax. It's like your spa sanctuary area. you want it to be clean,
Yeah.
just fresh, inviting, where you can relax and disconnect for the day.
Absolutely, I agree, because I know I love my bubble baths. I just like to put the
Exactly.
candles on, have your wine, and just relax.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Exactly.
And then also, along with inside the home and preparing it to sell, you also want to look at the front yard and the curb appeal, correct? So what are some things that you would suggest on doing as far as making sure the curb appeal looks nice?
So I know for Texans, we consider ourselves outdoorsy. For me, that means I'm having a glass of wine on a patio. So the curb appeal, I want it to, for my home to be inviting in the patio. So I know I can sit outside and enjoy, the fresh air and time that we have out there.
Yeah.
So.
And as we're coming to the end of our segment, we have one more photo. And Jen, tell us about this photo.
So that picture is my absolute favorite. That is my fur baby, Willie. He is 5 years old, and the reason why I work so hard so I can give him the yard of his dreams and what he absolutely deserves. So, yeah.
And I understand Willie likes ribs.
He loves your ribs. If you don't know, Wiz is a good cook. and Willie definitely agrees with that.
He does, yeah. And so where did you come up with the name Willie of all the names?
Well, good question. So I don't know if I'm allowed to put this on TV, but so the day I got Willie, he was just this cute little fur ball, just fit in my hand. So we're driving home, he's on my lap, and I'm contemplating, what am I going to name him? Thinking of all these other cute little fluffy fluff names, and then he beat on me.
True story.
So I'm like, light bulb, Willie, Wet Willie, and that name is stuck ever since. So
I love it.
He is Willie, and just my absolute pride and joy.
Oh, yeah. And I can attest to that. He really is.
Thank you. Yeah.
So as we're coming to the close of our segment, then if you're looking to home stage to sell your home, give us a call. We can recommend stagers to you, and we can give you a little bit of advice on what to do and declutter. And if you're looking for a home purchase or refinance, and maybe you want to even do a cash out refinance to remodel your home, you want to give Jennifer Ivey a call, and her number and email address is on the screen at this time. Jennifer, you want to say anything in closing?
No, thank you so much for having me. But definitely, for any of your home purchase, mortgage needs, refinances, anything, I'd definitely be happy to be to help you guys. So give me a call. Thanks.
Thank you, Jen. Thank you, and we look forward to seeing you in our next episode. Have a blessed day.